Paolo Banchero just had himself a monster game against the Indiana Pacers, but this for him is not a one-off. So far in his third NBA season, Banchero has shown some major overall improvements. Now, like we all know, standing at 6'10 and weighing over 250, Banchero has one of the most dynamic and unique set of physical tools across the league, where on top of his size, Banchero also possesses freakishly good speed and control with the ball, and that combination of strength and movement makes Banchero a wrecking ball when attacking downhill, where he's got the ability to pick up and easily extend the ball through contact. We'll see him here start this attack from half court, and as soon as he gets the defense on his hip, there's pretty much no way of pushing him off his driving line, and Paolo from this spot is going to pick up from above the free throw line to then extend the ball up and stride through traffic to get this finish. When playing off the bounce, Paolo is also great at using his feet to pick up momentum with the ball. Watch him here take a dribble and flow out towards half court, giving himself more breathing room to pick up a head of steam into the drive. And even after this defender slides and gets his hips back in front of the ball, Banchero easily has the strength to drive through his chest, carving out this finishing angle on the other side of the rim. And then on top of Banchero's elite physical tools, he's also got a deep bag of different pickups and strides. This bump euro is one of his go-to moves, where he both initiates contact with his inside shoulder while simultaneously gathering off his inside foot. And from here, he's got two more steps that he can use to extend to the rim. We'll see him here working off the screen at half court. And as Banchero turns the corner, he's going to push the ball to his right hand to then again initiate contact and explode to the rim with these next two strides.
Banchero gets downhill, runs right up the...
I also think Banchero has pretty underrated touch in the paint, where if the defense is both able to stay in front and prevent Paolo from bulldozing all the way to the basket, he still has soft touch on the short 8 to 10 foot push shots. Notice how Jimmy Butler here is both able to slide with this right hand drive to then wall off Banchero as he gets this right left euro step. But Paolo from here still has the control to elevate off his left foot and sink this buttery soft floater. And then of course I have to mention that Banchero's size and strength also allows him to punish mismatches in the paint. We'll see him here working off this cross screen in the lane. And notice how Paolo is going to move his man off his spot like a JV player, opening up all this room behind him for this easy catch and finish. So as a downhill scorer, there's pretty much nothing Paolo can't do. He's got a unique blend of size and mobility, he's got advanced footwork when finishing in traffic, while also having pretty good touch. So when Banchero is playing downhill, the defense has to play physical to have any chance of getting a stop, but that then leads to a bunch of fouls. And this is where I think Banchero can provide consistent scoring on a night-to-night basis. Because if he's playing aggressive and driving with the intent to score, that's naturally going to draw contact and earn him trips to the free throw line. And so far, he's been getting there at an extremely high rate. Now when stepping out and looking at Paolo's mid-range game, this is where I think he's made some big improvements. And while his percentages right now aren't great, I still think he's starting to develop a really efficient process in generating these looks. First, Paolo has really simplified his in-between scoring, where if the defense is giving him space, he has no problem getting into jumpers without wasting movement. Watch him here pivot across and push this defender back with a simple step back. And once Paolo has this much space, there's nothing stopping him from getting this jumper off. I also think Banchero has added some good pace and footwork to his game, where he's constantly changing his levels to both keep the defense off balance and get a rhythm into his jumper. Notice here how Paolo is skipping up with the ball, which again gets the defense skating back, plus gives him a good flow into his shot. This right hand inside out jumper has also been one of my favorite moves, and again the ball control and pace here is elite. We'll see Paolo here first curl the ball across his frame to then put it down and skip into this left-right jumper. Now again, Banchero's efficiency on these looks have been pretty up and down so far this season, but when these jumpers start to fall, Banchero becomes pretty much unguardable, and we saw that in full effect against the Pacers. Obviously, Banchero is going to always do his best work playing downhill and putting pressure on the rim, but him becoming a more efficient mid-range scorer will add much more depth to his game. So far this season, the Magic have also been using Banchero more and more as a passing hub, where his scoring gravity pulls heavy attention from the defense. Plus, Paolo also has some pretty advanced passing chops.
Been a struggle for the Heat. Nice behind the back.
I like this split action the Magic are going to run, where Franz Wagner is going to set this back screen for Suggs, and he gets this layup diving towards the basket. Banchero's height is also a really important element to his playmaking, where he can naturally see over the defense to then laser dimes across the court. Watch him here read this help defender sliding down to give extra help in the paint, opening up this corner 3 for Suggs. And that height as a playmaker, combined with Banchero's elite tools as a driver, makes him a nightmare to deal with when attacking the basket. Because obviously teams have to send multiple bodies to keep him out of the deep paint, but Banchero also has the tools and feel to punish the weak side defense. So with the ball in his hands, Banchero is quickly turning into an elite scorer and creator. He's already one of the best bully drivers in the league. His mid-range game is looking more smooth and dynamic, plus he has the tools to capitalize on the gravity he pulls. Now when extending out further and looking at Banchero's 3-point shooting, he's been absolutely lights out on all his looks off the catch. And if Banchero for the most part takes good open in-rhythm threes, I think he for sure has the foundation and mechanics to shoot in the low 40s. But I do think Paolo in spots does get into the habit of settling for these difficult off the dribble threes, where he puts together a combination, then separates back behind the line. And if I'm the opposing team, these are the type of shots I want Banchero to take. Because of all the shots in his arsenal, these are by far the most inefficient. Now if Paolo is in rhythm and the defense is sagged back, I do think these are high quality looks for him. But overall, I don't think Banchero should be hunting pull-up threes in pick and roll or isolation. Down the road, he may develop into a more efficient perimeter scorer, but that's not what the Magic need him to be right now. I think Paolo clearly does his best work when he's in attack mode as a scorer and creator, and those 3-point looks should be primarily off the catch or to punish the defense for throwing out soft coverages. So at age 22, it's pretty clear that Banchero's game is trending in the right direction. He still may not be the most efficient perimeter scorer, but he still provides plenty of punch as a downhill scorer and playmaker. And we already got confirmation last year that Paolo's game translates over to the playoffs. And I think his recent blow up could be a warning sign of things to come. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments who the kid should break down next. The kid's here.